Hey guys, today we're going to be building a new handbrake cable for my Fanatec because the Fanatec uses a 3.5mm stereo jack which goes to an RJ12 connector, which is like your old phone line connector, and the connector that comes straight out of your handbrake is straight, and on my rig it sits about here, and what happens is I'm in VR and I don't really know where my legs are going. I swing around and I knock it and I bend it, and I've stuffed two of them now. And they're not cheap, they're about $20, $30 or something like that from Fanatec, plus shipping obviously, and time, and in current times we're in, shipping is an absolute disaster, getting anything to where I live. So I went down to JCar and I got myself, this is not actually it, but I got an a 3.5mm stereo 90 degree. Got a couple of them, probably going to make a few of these cables. RJ12 connectors, pack of 6, so I can screw up a few, and then I got some cable, about a meter or so plenty for what I need. And the old cable, which I've hacked apart just with a cutter, so I can probe it with my multimeter and just check. So I've actually done this already. So what I did is I bought a AUX cable basically, and I thought I'd just cut it and terminate it into a RJ12 connector, which turns out to be rather difficult. It's not actually a nice 4-wire like you would expect, and yeah, it wasn't too good. The earth kind of wraps around the outside of the cable, and generally on a 3.5mm your ground is the bottom one, whereas on Fanatec they use the top one, the tip, as the ground, which is a bit unusual. So we'll park that one up. That didn't quite work. So we're just gone to Boosted Media's website, and he's got this pin out here, which I've confirmed works. So you can see that the ground there is the tip, which is pin 5 and 6 on your connector. So 2 grounds, 1 5V and 1 signal. So I've got this cable here, which is, I think, just some stereo cable or something like that. It's shielded as well, which is kind of cool. And we're just going to terminate one end onto an RJ12 connector using some crimpers, and solder the other end onto one of these 3.5mm. So without further ado, let's do it. Well, I didn't really think my cable choice through too much because it's way too thick. So I attempted to crimp it, and I had to end up stripping it, and when I stripped it, it just did not crimp at all very well. So I don't know, I didn't think of this earlier, but I've just chopped up the old Fanatec cable, which was miles too long, into 4 lengths. I've kept one terminated, which is fine, and I'm just going to basically follow the exact same colour pattern as this one. Stripped this one with some just a Stanley knife, just cut it back, and then I'll just simply put these into the connector, crimp it, and then solder a whole bunch of ends onto these things. Alrighty, so I've just crimped up a bunch of these. I can crimp up more, I just need some more tips, but all good. This one was my first one. It wasn't the greatest, but you can see the other ones are good, but it's all crimped up nicely. So now I just need to do this. So the white wire will be the base, or the sleeve I think they call it, and red will be the ring, which is the middle one, and green black, it goes to the tip. So I just need to get these connectors and solder it like so, and it should all work. So first up, we're going to solder on the white wire, which goes to the base, and I just put it through the little hole like that, and we're just going to solder that one down, and then that way we can crimp the cable into its little holder, and then we'll do the rest in a second. Alrighty, so that one's soldered on now, and I've just crimped over the cable holder. So now the green and black one are the 2 earths. They got to go to the little lug, and the red one's got to go to the big lug. So I'll just loop them through, solder them on, and I'll show the end result. So it's all soldered up. Bit of a pain to do actually, but it's all in there, it's all working. So now to test it on the actual rig. Alright guys, we got it all hooked up on the rig, and just bloody look at it. Sorry about the poor camera quality, but we got the right angle fitting here, and the cable just goes up, across, and connected. So it's not 50 million meters long anymore, and it doesn't have heaps of slack in it. But with this right angle fitting, the plate that has my shifter on it is actually lower than it, so I shouldn't actually hit it anymore. Just for a comparison, I'll take this out and I'll plug in the original, which is just down here, and just look how far that sits out. It's just a prime example of being waiting to get hit, whereas this one just nice and sleek. And if I do hit it, I can always just make another one. Alright, that's the cable making, guys. Hope that helps some people, and I'll see you later.